Hello, it's Corey. I'm going to talk about ME and protecting your brain. So I'm going to do it in a few different videos to pace you. Um, so the first one is media. A lot of us are in bed all the time, or if we're not in bed all the time, when we rest, we're in bed, and we need to control our media exposure so as not to overload ourselves, because overloading your brain causes crashes just as much as overexertion does. So you have to kind of protect your brain as well as your body. So if you're resting, or if you're so severe that all you do is rest in bed, think about the levels of media and taking breaks from media. So a lot of us have a computer or a tablet, and we watch movies, or we text, or we are on Facebook, or whatever it is we're doing on it to avoid the boredom of when we're stuck lying down all the time. And you have to think about the kind of media and keep it. When you're resting, it needs to not be too dramatic, not be too fast, no zooming camera angles, no strobing, no things that are high sensory stress. So for me, the first thing that I was able to watch when I was able to start watching things was British gardening shows, because there's no drama, there's no emotional drama, there's no fast camera movement, it's all slow camera movement, it's all pretty things, it's just friendly and calming voices and people being passionate about plants, and that's it. And it may be boring by most people's standards, but it was as much as I could handle at the time. If you add fast motion to that, that's a little bit more sensory stimulation. You have to think about that. If you add more emotional drama to that, like the Great British Baking Show was like a next level up for me, and that had a little bit of drama sometimes. And sometimes I had to, someone's cake was going wrong, I had to turn it off because it was too upsetting and it was causing me stress, and that was crashy. So I had to turn it off, let alone an actual drama. So you have to be aware of that intake. And if you need to stop in the middle of a movie or something, or just stop, protect your brain. Same with texting or typing or anything you're doing on the computer. One thing that I did with reading and writing was 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And it may be a different interval for you depending on where you're at in terms of where your energy envelope is. For me, when I was more severe, I could only read and write for 5 minutes at a time, and then I needed a 5-minute break. And then I would periodically need an hour break. And for a sensory break means no lights, no sound, nothing. Sit in the dark for 5 minutes. Sit in the dark for an hour. Just chill. Yes, it's boring. Learn to live inside your mind a little bit. It takes a lot of practice. It's hard, but just think about memories that are nice memories. Like you have to think about the positive things as much as you can in this condition, because your stress makes you worse. So thinking about positive things as much as possible when you're detuning is important. So that is, and also volume on media. Keep it quiet. Keep your screen darker. If you're reading, I find using the dark mode, where the screen is black and the text is light, much easier. I also find reading on my phone easier than on the tablet or the computer, because it's narrower, and there's research on this that it is easier to move your eyes in little narrow bits than it is to go all the way across and then back and all the way across and then back. This is easier. So just think about how you consume media and try to do it as mindfully and carefully as you can, and take the breaks that you need. Pace your intake just like you would pace your physical activity.